Yo, have y'all heard of like this question going around on Twitter? The question is, would you rather live with roaches or ghosts?
Ghosts.
Easily, right? Ghosts. Easily.
As somebody who has lived with roaches.
Same. I have a traumatic experience with roaches, actually. I was staying at someone's house, and I poured a bowl of cereal, and roaches came out of the cereal. I didn't eat cereal for years.
Oh, my God.
I didn't eat cereal for years. And it was honeycombs. I ain't had honeycombs since then, yo. When I tell you that was some traumatic shit.
That makes me really sad because honeycomb slaps.
Yo, I know.
So much, like.
From what I remember, but I cannot. I remember it slapping, but child. Bring them ghosts on here. Casper and all them. Can I keep you? Yes.
Yo.
All right.
Yo.
All right.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
Do you know what?
I'm sorry.
Do you know what?
Do you want to just start the show?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll start the show now.
Let's start it.
Hey guys.
Hey y'all. Hey everyone.
It's all right. My sis is having a day today. You know, just lift her up.
Because I just logged off of work.
It's okay.
Like, good thing we don't have timestamps. Like on the, you know what I mean?
Anyway, welcome to episode 9 of Headwraps and Lipsticks.
Yes.
I'm your host, Sierra T.
And I'm your girl, Sherelle B.
Oh, and this is Headwraps and Lipsticks podcast.
Listen.
Come on, sis.
Oh, well, we wrap the culture up in... Jesus. But we wrap the culture up in color.
It's all right.
We wrapping it up.
It's okay. Y'all, she's having a rough day today.
Oh, jeez Louise.
It's okay. It's going to be fine.
I'm not going to Dreamville Fest.
Yo, them tickets are expensive, too.
But I want to be there. J. Cole needs me there.
J. Cole can have us there as press. What's up?
Next year.
What's up?
We just need to get media. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, send us the vibe.
But if anybody else knows, like, before Saturday.
Oh, it's this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
I'll drive out to Raleigh. It's not a problem.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Any announcements before we get started up?
Nope. Nope. Not right now. Nope.
Yo, you're about to be cutting up. Let's get into it.
No, I'm not.
Let's get into it. Sis, what can't you wrap your head around?
Okay, I can't wrap my head around this whole Duke and UNC going to the Final Four. I'm in the house this weekend. Do you hear me? On top of everything, I'm in the house because UNC and Duke separately bring out the thugs, but together,
I don't really be paying attention, so I don't really.
Girl, them UNC Duke fans,
I know that they're very like passionate about their
ridiculously aggressive, and I want no parts of it.
Oh, are they playing in Charlotte or something?
No, but it's the North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
People that didn't go there.
Ooh.
You know, all this stuff. It's just that. I mean, it's the biggest rivalry in basketball history.
Yeah,
so it's like, and it's gonna be nice out.
It is.
I'm in the house. I do have things to do.
So, at least be on the patio. Don't be.
I'll be on the patio, yes,
Yeah.
but I'm in the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that I'm in the house. I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah.
Nope. And I'm if I do go out the house, I'm back in the house before the game starts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want it. So yeah, that's about it.
Interesting.
That's about it. I can't wrap my head around it. I never will. And y'all just be safe.
Yeah.
Please. And it's Coach K's last Final Four.
Oh wow, that's why he's retiring or something.
Yeah, so it's like
Didn't the other one just retire too?
yes.
What's his name?
The UNC coach?
Yeah. Yep.
He retired.
I wonder if they planned that. Like they were.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's Aggie pride. If it's not the A&T basketball team, I could care less.
Same.
Or NBA team, I could care less. So
Same.
that's about it. What about you, sis?
What can I wrap my head around? Oh man. I have something. It's that listen, it's spring season, you know.
Yes.
The critters are coming out. And your girl had to lock some type of looking bug. I had to lock it in my laundry room for 2 days. I don't know what it was.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what it was.
Not
girl.
for 2 days.
Yes, girl. I went in there to get something, and it was crawled up the wall, and it was like 8 a.m. I know my neighbors heard me screaming.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ah, ah. So then I got a towel, and I put the towel under the crack in the door.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened to it.
Damn.
Just,
You need Aunt Laza. Aunt Laza
I need-
literally walks around with a fly swatter.
so I called my dad to be like, yo, Dad, can you come over here and kill this bug? And he was driving. It was like 8 a.m.
Damn.
He's like, I'll be back around 2. So I called him at 2, and he didn't answer the phone.
Damn. Mr. Brian, you know she's stressed. Why you do her like that?
Oh my God. I told him it was giving me anxiety.
Damn.
And he was like, that's a white person's disease.
Wait a minute. So is Steak and Shake.
Ooh. They be shooting at Steak and Shake. He love that place.
I don't understand.
Steak and
it.
Shake is so nasty.
It's not good.
With them flat burgers.
It's not good. It's not good. It's just,
Why are those burgers so flat?
yeah, it's just not good. There's a reason why there's only 2.
It should be none.
Damn.
Alrighty. Let's move forward. Sis, quick little drink. Put your lips on this segment. Let's go. What we got? What we drinking today, sis?
Yeah, so this is a classic. It's a classic lemon drop shot because it's just been that type of day. It's been that type of week. It's been that type of month. So since it is the last episode of the month of Women's History Month, this shot is for all the women that's out here just doing the most, taking all the shit, and doing it with a smile on their face and straight edges. So shout outs to y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay. Oh, man. I got down. Oh.
I'm proud of you.
Oh.
I'm proud of you because I didn't even finish mine.
I've been bamboozled.
I haven't finished mine. I'm proud
She
of you.
didn't finish it.
I am so proud of you.
Meanwhile, I'm struggling.
I am so proud of you. And I gave her the Aggie Pride shot because that's what we do at A&T. Like, that's what we do. And this is the New York one because sometimes, we be doing a lot. So
I'm going to be so drunk. Oh, my God. Okay.
it's just a lemon shot drop. Very classic.
It is. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites.
Very
I ain't gonna hold you.
classic.
All right, sis. You ready to get into these topics, though?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So Desantis, we talked about this topic, 2 weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And they had originally pulled this bill. They pulled it. Said they weren't going to go through with it. But Florida's a bunch of liars.
Yeah.
And so Governor Desantis has signed the bill.
Yeah. I just when is his real, they're talking about a whole bunch of other re-elections and elections. When is his up? Because it's time for him to go.
So I think if you guys remember, this bill was having the teachers out the students.
Mm-hmm. No, that was in Texas. Oh, that's in Texas.
So many.
Yeah. So many laws against LGBTQ plus.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. So, but this one is in Florida. So this is forbidding instruction on sexual orientation and gender identity in most elementary school classrooms. It will. It also allows parents to sue school districts in order to enforce it. It mandates that any classroom lessons by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through grade 3 or in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance to state standards. I don't agree. I don't agree with the name of the bill.
So I'm kind of confused. Does it mean like just don't say you're gay if you are? Is that what it's?
Basically, and again, this is why it's an attack on LGBTQ because it has nothing to do with you being gay or straight. It literally just says that it mandates that any classroom lessons by school personnel or third parties on sexual orientation or gender identity may not occur in kindergarten through 3rd grade. So for you to call it the Don't Say Gay bill, it's very, very obvious that you guys are just, again, just putting out another attack on LGBTQ because, granted, when I was in kindergarten and 3rd grade, I wasn't thinking about sex or who I was.
Right.
I had a crush on, Jamal Parchment, but whatever, who cares? You know what I'm saying? We all had our little crushes and in third grade, second, first, and in kindergarten. But I wasn't thinking about.
Yeah, it's really strange that they're pushing it on those particular grades as well. Like, they're not pressed about that right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's not...
Yeah.
Y'all thinking way too deep into that.
I want to know, I kind of want to know the premise, and maybe I'll just read up on it because I'm like, why? Like, was it there a lesson that was, that the governor got wind of, where they were pushing, and I'm not going to call it an agenda, but they were pushing that narrative, then I can understand it. But if it's just like, oh yeah, no, we don't want anybody. And then it's like, okay, so then in fourth grade, basically what you're saying, because you're like, it also says in a manner that is not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate for students in accordance to state standards. So basically what you're saying in fourth grade, so now you're 9.
Right.
It's okay. So I'm confused.
It's weird. That's weird. It's very weird and I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's very, very weird and I don't like it. Like, what is the reason behind all of this? Like,
yeah, it's been a lot of backlash on this, especially in the state of Florida. Disney had a whole walkout. A couple of schools had a walkout. Raven Simone walked off of her set of her show over the bill.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. This is what, some statements were saying. We will not sit by and allow the governor's office to call us pedophiles. And this is from the Equality Florida. We will not allow this bill to harm LGBTQ Floridians. We will not permit any school to enforce this in a way that endangers the safety of children. Florida is a garbage. Yeah, this is so before the legislation, and this legislation is officially called the Parental Rights and Education Bill. A spokesperson for Governor Desantis made a series of comments on Twitter saying the bill's opponents supported sexually grooming underage students. What? And this person said, these were the tweets. The bill that liberals inaccurately called Don't Say Gay would be more accurately described as the anti-grooming bill. If you're against, and this is from a spokesperson, Christina Pushaw. If you're against the anti-grooming bill, you are probably a groomer, or at least you don't denounce the grooming of 4 to 8-year-old children. Silence is complicity. This is how it works. Democrats. And I didn't make the rules. She also doubled down on her claims in a statement for Florida Politics, saying pedophiles groom kids by talking to them about sex.
How do we get from not saying gay to pedophilia?
Yeah, exactly. So it's Florida. This makes absolutely, none of this makes sense, honestly.
I am literally confused. I don't understand. There's so much reaching going on.
Yeah. It makes absolutely no sense. So, but there's just been a lot of backlash on it. So, just with Governor Desantis and his whole belief system and everything like that, I don't think it's going to change unless we get a new governor because
need a new governor.
Yeah, let me not say unless we.
Oh yeah,
our governor's cool. He got it. I don't got no beef with him. But Governor DeSantis in Florida, they get rid of him. Hopefully that'll change because it just, to Sis's point, it's like I don't understand what this. Don't say gay, so you just don't want them to teach them about sex.
Right?
What does that have to do with homosexuality?
Nothing.
Because basically what you're saying. So what if the kids are like, well, I'm not.
Yeah. Well,
I don't identify as gay. I think. I don't think a 8-year-old be saying, well, I was straight.
Or even if an 8-year-old is like, well, I like, a 8-year-old boy says I like boys.
Yeah.
So now what? You can't
Yeah. What does that mean? Okay, so if he can't learn it in school, he's got
to learn it from home.
Yeah. I don't know. This bill is dumb.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So, but shout out to Florida for actually, taking a stand against it. Well, some Floridians and, because it's just dumb.
Yeah.
Dang. Really reading this out loud and saying it out loud is like, wait, what?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we're going to move forward. This came through and it's, right on time because last week we were talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson and the confirmation and how it's just been an absolute mess.
Oh my God, I'm not ready for this vote on Monday. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared.
But some tea did come through, and Clarence Thomas and his wife are scammers.
Ooh.
They are.
Girl.
Here we go. Virginia Thomas, a conservative activist married to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, repeatedly pressed White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows to pursue unrelenting efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election in urgent text exchanges in the critical weeks following the vote, according to copies of the messages obtained by CBS News. Not the ad popping up, by CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa and Bob Woodward of the Washington Post. Those messages, part of 29 total messages obtained, reveal an extraordinary pipeline between Virginia Thomas, who goes by Jenny, and then President Donald Trump's top aide during a period when Trump and his allies were vowing to go to Supreme Court in an effort to subvert the election results. Ciao.
Here's my thing. Who do you think you are to be texting the chief of staff to be like, hey, you better overturn this vote before,
Right.
Like, who you are?
Who are you? Like,
Who are you?
She was doing everything she could to keep her man in office.
But your man has a lifetime appointment. He's not going anywhere. So why
does this affect you so much?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Does it say that if Clarence knew? Let me see. The messages which do not directly reference Justice Thomas or the Supreme Court show for the first time how Jenny Thomas used her access to Trump's inner circle to encourage and seek to guide the president's strategy to overturn the election results, and how receptive and grateful Meadows said he was to receive her advice.
What advice? But okay.
Among Thomas's stated goals in the messages was for lawyer Sidney Powell, who promoted incendiary and unsupported claims about the election, to become the lead and the face of Trump's legal team. Wow. There's about 2,300 text messages between the both of them.
Why you texting other men? I'm sorry.
This is insane. That's absolutely insane.
I'm sorry. Is Attorney General Garland gonna look into this? Because
does she hold some type of seat where she has some type of power to be like?
I don't understand. I'm really confused as to who sister really though she was. That like your one text message was going to overturn an entire election.
That's wild.
Like, girl, what?
Clarence Thomas is deep in the coon pool. Wow.
Yeah.
He's doing backstrokes in the coon pool.
But this is not even him.
That's his wife. It ain't too far. I don't think it's too far from it.
Guilty by association.
Guilty by association.
Yeah, this is just weird.
That is very strange that she felt like she was like, yo, my mans, let me holler at you. Come step in my office right quick.
Yeah, like what?
Here go $20.
And like that's why first of all, he's the chief of staff. He doesn't have that type of power to overturn an election.
Who does she think she's talking to?
He's the chief of staff. I'm sorry. Former chief of staff.
You're done.
Like, what?
Trump lost. Deal with it.
Like, it's okay. It happened. Somebody had to win and somebody had to lose. And your boy lost.
Your boy lost. Big L vibes. Big L.
Gosh.
That's insane, yo.
These people are insane.
You guys are bizarre.
Insane.
Y'all doing anything but being good people. It's crazy to me.
I've never seen anything like remember, I mean, granted we were younger when George Bush got elected. Mm-hmm. But it's like I don't think that they were acting like this. I don't think that they were texting.
I don't remember. I do remember like it being a big issue. I was a senior in high school.
It was more of an issue because it was like, oh, another Bush.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, he's using his family. Like, okay, but if your family was like that, you would too. I mean, dang. I'm just saying like, oh, another Bush. Yes. Deal with it. Yes, another Bush. It's not like Bush was like, a bartender somewhere and then decided I want to run for president.
No.
He was he was already in politics. So it's like,
this is true.
I can see y'all being mad about that, but like.
Oh my God. I'm just really just shocked over her. Just like, I'm going to just text this person.
Yeah.
Like, yo, fam, what can you do for your country? What?
You're not texting the electoral board or anything. You're texting the chief of staff.
You're texting a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
You feel me? Like, girl, sit down.
Girl, bye.
Oh, sit down.
Oh,
sit down. Hey.
Okay, this is some local news. CMS was distributing clear backpacks, but then they stopped. That is all the information. Yo, I am feeling that little shot.
Good.
Oh no.
That's what's up.
Oh no. Okay, so why did they stop?
So I'm gonna
Wait a minute. Question. Stop.
Yes.
Are they giving out clear backpacks for like how the same way they do for like big sporting events and stuff like that?
Basically for safety measures, yes. I mean, there's
been
so like in Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools, there's been a lot of let me not say a lot of violence, but there's been a few instances of violence over the last couple months. So they were just pretty much trying to take different precautions in fixing that. So this is a statement. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but it's something that's going on with like a certain like warning tag. Okay. So this is the note that came out. Okay. Hello, CMS families. In unloading clear backpacks for distribution at the 2 pilot schools, we've discovered most backpacks contained a warning tag required by Proposition 65 for California residents. We immediately paused the rollout for this safety measure when it was revealed the majority of the inventory had the tag. In an abundance of caution, we will not proceed with clear backpack distribution until this matter is resolved. We are contacting the manufacturer and proceeding with reclaiming any backpacks that were provided to students in advance of school distribution. We continue to make informed decisions for the safety and well-being of CMS students. This week, we will complete the installation of and training of the evolved security scanners at all 7 Phase 1 high schools. Our plans are focused on layers of actions and initiatives to protect our students and staffs, including the ongoing community safety conversations, hiring of additional campus security associations, and the loss of the anonymous Say Something system. Thank you for supporting our work.
Okay, what's the tag? What's the big deal with the tag now? What does it mean?
So it's pretty much like a warning label.
About like what, like chemicals in the plastic?
Yeah, so I'm going to read this. What is Prop 65?
Yes.
So California's Prop 65, officially known as the Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1986, was a ballot initiative voted into state law more than 3 decades ago. It was created in reaction to the discovery of dangerous pollutants contaminating the California water supply. The California Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment says Prop 65 requires businesses to provide warnings to Californians about significant exposures to chemicals that cause cancers, birth defects, or other reproductive harm. And then it does go far beyond drinking water. Businesses, so back in like 1988, when the warning requirements went into effect, the list included 235 chemicals. The list is now at 900 toxins. If a product that's sold in California includes one of these 900 chemicals, it requires the Prop 65 warning label. So, I mean, I guess shout out to CMS for catching that and immediately being like, immediately no. I've seen
Prop
what
65,
I needed to see.
but Prop 65, damn, y'all, I'm drunk.
You are not.
Yes, I am.
You are not.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open. So Prop 65 is literally just a thing in California, but they just took it seriously enough here.
Yes, because you talk about 900 toxins.
Damn.
Okay, like it started with like 235. I actually think it was a little less than that. So
yeah.
Yo,
that's wild. So even if even touching it can like cause, oh my God. Well, we already know plastic is terrible.
This article is actually really interesting. It's from the New York Times, and it's like, should I worry about Prop 65? And the writer's saying probably not. It says the Prop 65 label is like a noisy alarm that rings equally loudly about smaller amounts of low-risk substances and huge amounts of potentially harmful chemicals. The labels don't say how much of the chemical is present or how much it would really take to make a person sick. You could get the same alarming label on potato chips. Oh, shit. This is really, really, really interesting.
Prop 65 on
potato chips, chemotherapy, lumber, or toxic runoff.
Oh, my God. I don't think them saying no, you shouldn't really worry about it, because there are a lot of women who have like reproductive issues. So I would be worried about it.
It talked about nail polish, and it's hence the fact about the vegan nail polish now and everything. I mean, so
Oh my.
yeah.
So when they're gonna go do a different system in terms of searching, and they have like phases, and I'm wondering, is phase 1 all the black schools? That's my question.
Yeah, now that we don't know. It kind of would, I mean, I hate that I'm about to say this out loud, but it would make sense because they're talking about, you know, the security and like scanners and things like that. So hopefully that's not the case. I don't know. You went to a CMS school, so like,
Yeah.
was yours a phase 1 high school? Do you know?
we never got like searched or anything like that. And my thing is like, I don't know how the schools in here work now anymore, because
True.
there are several entrances. You know, like the schools here are built like college campuses.
Yes, they really
So
are.
it's not like
ridiculous.
you have like, oh yeah, we're all coming in on the first floor. Like, no.
Yeah.
One person can come through one building, you can go to another building. You got parking on one side, parking on the other. Like, so I'm very interested, but I'm also a little bit worried about if phase 1 is going to be at majority of black schools, how are they going to be treating the students?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't I never, first of all, I just think clear purses and backpacks are tacky.
Oh, I do too. I
That's
hate
number
them
one.
so much.
I also think it's a big safety precaution because, like, you know, my money, my phone. So now I can just see. So you just want people to rob you,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could just see what everybody. You know, people be stealing pens. Like, oh, he got paper made pens.
He got that Sharpie pen. I be stealing them myself.
He got a
Sharpie.
swing line stapler.
Yo,
Like,
swear to God.
you know what I mean? Like,
And think about like girls be on a period. That's the most.
Yeah.
And you be embarrassed about it at that age too.
right? You just got your period. Oh, you use always tampons.
Right. Like, dang, look at them big ass pads in her bag.
Like, I can't help it if I have a heavy flow and a wide
Said
set vagina.
vagina.
Like, so I don't know.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, hopefully
I hate that.
they figure something out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's really, really whack.
Speaking of whack,
Whoa, this is so whack.
well,
Sis brought this to my attention.
it's whack, but it's not shocking. So I came across a story about an ex-football player who admitted to raping not one, but 2 women and only received probation. You guessed it, folks. He is white. Okay? I'm going to read this story. All right? The guy's name is Derek Nygaard. All right? And back in the fall of 2020, he was accused of raping his then ex-girlfriend. Come to find out, a different woman 2 days later also walks into a police station and said that he did the exact same thing. This was in Montana. All right. So, however, he admitted to the fact that he raped these 2 girls, except on Thursday, a Montana state judge said that he was giving Nygaard an incredible chance by not sending him to prison, even though he found him guilty on sexual intercourse without consent, a felony that carries the possibility of a 20-year sentence. Instead, Judge Kurt Kruger sentenced the 20-year-old to probation, ordered him to counseling, and required that he register as a sex offender for only 6 years. If he actually obeys the judge's orders for that period, he can ask the court to let him withdraw his guilty plea and wipe the case from his criminal record.
First of all, let's talk. Wait, is the footballer, was he in the NFL or was he like just like some college?
College.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not the judge saying, I'm giving you a great chance by only giving you probation.
So I'm gonna read like the top. So Derek Nygaard wanted to go into his ex-girlfriend's home in the fall of 2020, and because he was drunk and struggling to walk, she let him in. But when Nygaard, then a student and football player at Montana Technical University, hit on her, she asked him to leave. Instead, Nygaard covered her mouth with his hand and raped her. Days later, a different woman walked into a police station to report that Nygaard had sexually assaulted her the month before, after she spurred his unprovoked sexual advances.
Oh my God. Y'all don't take women's rights seriously. And it's very, very disgusting. There are way too many people in the justice system who do not live up to the core values. Damn, what am I trying to say right now?
No, I know what you're trying to say.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take an oath and things so that you can protect the people, and you're not protecting the people.
Yeah. I mean, and it's a serious slap in the face, because how many, and I'm not even going to say black people, how many people, men, are in prison right now for a rape that they did not commit, and you're just going to let this one go because, you know.
He's a kid.
He's a kid.
He's an innocent.
He was drunk.
He was a kid, you know.
First of all, one of the victims was his ex-girlfriend, so she knew who he was. She was, out of the kindness of his heart, oh, he's drunk, I'll let him stay so he can sober up. And instead, he raped her. Come on, Judge.
That's crazy.
Do better.
Oh, my God.
Do better.
Oh, my God.
Montana, do better.
Boo.
Yeah, like, just,
Tomato.
For real.
Garbage.
Yeah.
This is a really sad story here. And I accidentally watched this video because I didn't realize what it was until after I saw it.
Yeah.
A teenager fell from a roller coaster. Roller coaster is a big. Would you call it a roller coaster?
It was the swing thing.
Where they swing? It was the
drop.
It was the drop thing.
Oh,
so 14.
God.
This young man, I forgot to pull up his name or whatever, but this 14-year-old young man, black boy, very big.
Yeah, he was a
husky for his age. He's in Florida. They go on one of them drop zone rides, and his seat wasn't locked. And when they go up and when they come back down, you see his body hit the ground.
Jesus Christ.
That was one of the most chilling things I've ever seen in my life. And I was actually kind of speechless because I wasn't expecting it, but two, it's like, oh my God, like you see his body fly out of the thing and fly and lay and hit the ground. There have been like a couple of people who have the police and whoever investigators have been testing the ride. They've even had a man who was his size. So what they have is like, if you're too big for the ride, they're supposed to give you like an extra seatbelt or something.
Or just don't get on the ride.
But if you are on the ride, one of two things can happen. One, if they don't check, you're supposed to, first of all, no one checked the seatbelt or whatever, his harness.
Right, that part.
Two, if you see that someone is too big and you check their seatbelt and it doesn't click, you can offer them an extra seatbelt thing, or you can tell them, hey, this isn't gonna lock. You need to get off the ride. None of those were offered to him.
Wow.
They had a guy who was his size get into the ride to just kind of see like if it could lock, and the seat could lock. The guy who was like his size and like his weight size, like so the seat could lock. So they're trying to figure out like why
something had to happen.
But his family, I believe, is from Ohio, and they are suing the park.
They should,
as they should, because
St. Louis.
Thank you. It's the Midwest. Simone is here, y'all. Simone is here. Our geography nerd is here, and she's mad at me. But they are suing the park because when I tell you, like, oh my God,
I didn't see the video because I can't bring myself to watch something like that.
I didn't realize that's what it was when I tuned into it. But at the end, you hear like another woman worker walk up to the guy and was like, did you check the seatbelts? And he's like, yeah, we did. And she's like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, I'm sure we checked it. So. Oh
my God.
Yeah.
He's
like,
done.
Yeah.
He's done.
Oh my God.
I swear it seems like almost right before summer, almost every year, something happens to a kid now at these amusement parks. And it's like, I think one of the worst stories I ever heard was that water park in Kansas, I think.
Where that little boy got decapitated?
Yeah, like
I was just about to bring that up.
That was probably one of the most horrible stories I've ever heard in my entire life. Like,
and that young boy was too. He was too. In that case, the little boy was too young to be on the ride, and the ride attendants didn't say anything. And I think a lot of parks need to consider, like, when they are hiring teenagers, to run their rides, they need to instill in them that these are people's lives
that you have in your hands.
Yeah, someone could die.
Right.
Someone could die if you don't do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to be here, we understand you're here for the check, but
Right.
if you're like, your job is to walk around, check everybody, and then you can press the button.
Right.
You check, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I guess it's like, and I don't want to say I'm defending the workers, but it's like, in today's world where everybody takes everything seriously, everything is discrimination, everything is this. So it's like, well, damn, if I told him that he couldn't get on a ride, you know what I'm saying? They, were like, oh, what are you trying to say? Da, da, da. And it's just like, it's a really tough space for people to be in these days. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Something like, I'm like that little boy in the water park. If he would have told him, oh, why he can't get on the ride? Sir, ma'am, person.
You want him to die or not?
You know, right. So then now I gotta keep it real with you. Like,
and I would much rather someone say, hey, you here are the options. You either die or you live to walk another day.
There's other rides. Find another ride. This is just not the one for you.
Teacups haven't had a casualty in a while. Go do the teacups. You know what I'm saying?
Teacups, anything.
Go get dizzy right quick. Do a couple of bumper cars. You might get a little whiplash on that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Something.
Even do the basketball with the overinflated basketballs.
Yeah, we like that.
We like that.
We like all that.
Yeah,
I like, what's my other ride? The spin thing.
What spin thing?
No.
Teacups?
I do like the swings, but the other thing.
The gravity thing? You like that gravity ride?
Yeah.
Where you go inside the little spaceship thing and then you like magnet to the wall and you stuck like that?
Oh no, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
So I don't do upside down rides, and I don't do a lot of things. I'm gonna be honest when it comes to like I don't do upside down roller coasters. I don't do like their ship.
Really?
No,
I want all that shit.
Time out.
What?
So you'll do an upside down roller coaster, but the ride at Frankie's is where you draw your limits?
Listen.
No.
I need. Let me tell y'all this. No, stop. The ride at Frankie's, I don't like things that go in a circle because I get dizzy. I be getting migraines. But not only does it go in circles, it also goes back and forth like the ship.
But
that's fucking insane.
But an upside down roller coaster that has loops for days.
Yeah, give that to me.
You're confused. I'm fucking confused. Like, what?
I'm not getting on that ride, y'all. I'm not doing it.
Oh, but King Dakar, like, we're good with it.
I've been wanting to get on King Dakar since they built it.
Move on to the next. That doesn't make any sense.
I want in.
You want on King Dakar, but the little ride at Frankie's in Huntersville is where we don't do that.
I want to listen. I just want to experience the tallest roller coaster in the country.
The one where the test dummies came back with no heads and limbs and stuff.
They fixing it.
But Frankie's in Huntersville. I
know that there's a chance I might die. I'm willing to take that risk. I want to get on that ride. Some studies have come up, and male birth control is on the way, baby. Like, you whores.
Oh.
You whores finally have it coming.
Yeah.
They've been testing it on mice.
Oh.
Couple of mice is in them.
Couple mice and men.
Mice and men. And the mice have been come back. It's been 99% effective. And they did say that there is a chance that if you take it, that there is a chance that you might not be able to have kids, but for the most part, you should be good.
I don't trust this at all. Y'all pull out game still weak.
I'm sorry. Women take birth control all the time, and I feel like, you know what, get men on it so they can understand like the all the effects it does to like the women's uterus and all that. Like, let the men have that chance too.
Pills, IUDs, patches. What else is there?
Mm-hmm.
I
love it. I am looking forward to men being like, oh my God, did I take my birth control today?
Yeah, right.
Or having an alarm set.
Oh my God.
That 8 p.m. alarm go, oh my God, I gotta take my birth control. Yeah, whore.
Yo.
Yeah, whore. Take your birth control.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that.
I can't wait. I am a fan of this. Let's get it going. Let's get it on the. They said if everything goes well, the next couple of studies, it could be out within 6 months. That's what I'm talking about.
Damn.
2022. Get these men on birth control.
Yeah. The look on your face when you realize you forgot to take your birth control into good. Oh my God.
Yep. I am interested to know, fellas, if you are watching the show, would you be interested in being on male birth control? I am very, very interested to see, like,
the single fathers.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm kidding.
Those of you who say you had one kid and you done, I mean, here you go.
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Damn, I think that's going to be like such another huge conversation, because it's like then you have, you know, men that may, that don't want kids, and now you got women that want more kids, you know, especially if you're a date. Oh my God, I think this is going to be the start of the battle of the sexes.
You think
so? For real. I really do think this will be the start of the battle of the sexes.
That's why, I think when people get together, they don't have those kinds of conversations. That's y'all fault. You know, like if I love him, but you know, he doesn't want any kids and love could get you pregnant, but it won't in this point.
Damn.
So.
God damn.
That's a choice you have to make.
Yeah,
like, you know, that's a
seriously.
very serious topic. Especially if like you guys are trying to be together forever.
Yeah.
You know, that's your forever love. Your forever love don't want no kids. Now what?
Ooh.
Anyway, put men on birth control. I'm very here for it. I am pro birth control. Yes. Lock it up.
I'm with
Lock it up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Horse. Yeah. Child.
All right. Next story here. Here we go. This was crazy when sis told me.
Listen.
I was like, word? So the black news channel BNC shuts down.
Not only did they shut down, I'm gonna just read this. Okay. A memo to employees from BNC's chief executive, Princell Hare, confirmed the Times' early report of the closure plans. The company is filing for bankruptcy, and live programming will end at 2 p.m. And this was last week. The channel will air repeats for the rest of the month. Basically, the Tallahassee, Florida-based outlet, whose majority stakeholder is Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shad Codd, failed to meet payroll on Friday, a day after telling employees that paychecks will be delayed. So not only is the whole channel going black, fade to black, but they gonna tell the employees that they're going to not get paid. Like, checks are delayed.
I would riot.
230 people out of a job. They actually have been told that their benefits would last for the next 5 days. And that was the last 5 days of Friday when it was shut down, of March 25th. So they're out of a job. They're out of benefits because somebody don't know how to manage their money.
Oh my God.
There will also be no severance.
Question. I haven't had cable in a long time. Was BNC on like cable? Was it a cable channel?
I'm not, honestly, to be very honest, I'm not really sure.
Because I had it, somebody had jailbroken my Fire Stick. And I had seen, I would watch it every once in a while on that, but I didn't know if it was like a cable channel that was available. But you had something else about a student who
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was an Aggie, a young lady who actually was she won a paid internship at the channel. And of course, obviously she's not getting there, but shout outs to Roland Martin, who actually decided to give her a 10-week paid internship over the summer at his network. So it is, because it's unnecessary. This is crazy. It did say that the owner was no longer willing to invest further.
What?
Yeah. The channel has been shopped to a number of media companies, including Byron Allen's entertainment studios, but there were no other takers. It's just, child.
How do you have a channel and be like, you know what, actually, I don't. Yeah. You can do that?
I guess so.
And so, like, I don't know how running a company, like, you know, I don't know how it all, like, a news channel works, but, like, you can just, like, what?
I hate that this was a black news channel. I hate when I mean, this was real triggering for me because I have worked for a Black-owned company that has literally told us, I will never forget that day as long as I live. We were there, and by 12 o'clock, we was gone. It was just like, hey, yeah, this is the last day. We shutting it down. That was it. No severance, no nothing. You get your last paycheck, and that was it. Very unsettling. Very unsettling, especially when you just like you kind of like know something is happening, but you're not really sure.
Yeah,
it's just I really feel bad for these people.
That's terrible.
The channel reached more than 50 million cable and satellite households, but
so
was unable to generate a significant audience. I mean, it would be cool if like OWN picked it up or something.
I don't think they will.
Because they still in people still in OWN's content, but I'll leave that.
Ooh.
I don't know if you saw the new show that's coming out on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet about it today too.
It's literally Put a Ring on It, but just on Netflix.
Damn.
Oprah already did that. It is Put a Ring on It on OWN is a great drama-filled show. So it's like when I saw that, I was like, this looked like Put a Ring on It.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know.
Wow. Dang, this is really terrible.
Yeah, I actually feel really, really bad, but to the well.
Sheesh. See, like, you can't really trust any of these companies because they can fire you at any time.
At any time.
It's happened so many times.
At any time.
At any time.
So.
Ciao. All right. We've tried to avoid it as much as we can. We're going to get into it. Sis watched the full show. So
I did.
We're going to talk about everything except for the thing. We have a separate thing for the thing.
We're just going to talk about the Oscars.
We're going to talk about the Oscars.
Just the Oscars.
Well, she's going to talk about it. I'm going to listen because I didn't watch.
I watched the Oscars. I mean, first of all, y'all know I'm a big award show fan. Like, Oscars last week, Grammys next week. I'm with it.
My mom was following your tweets. She was like, Sherelle was watching.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really big on award shows. This one I watched because it was the first in-person one, like full in-person, and also because Regina Hall and Wanda Sykes and Amy Schumer were hosting. So I was like, oh, this is dope. We have 2 Black women hosting. We have all women hosting. I thought, and first of all, shout out to all 3 of them. I think all 3 of them did an amazing job. All of them were funny, kept it cute. Everything was great. Some real sentimental moments. So Best Picture went to Coda, which was, I'm not exactly sure what it was about. I just know that there was a deaf cast. I'm not really sure what the movie was about, but one of the actors from Coda actually won like Best Supporting Actor. And it was so touching.
I saw his speech.
Watching, and just watching everyone like just clap for him.
Yeah.
And I believe the writer, I think she won a Best Original Screenplay or something like that. It was like some real touching moments that happened during.
Questlove won. I do know that.
Ooh. Questlove won, and I must keep my statement for the next part of it because I feel a way about that. Everyone looked great. I mean, okay. All right, let me not say everyone. There was a few that we were like, like the worst dressed goes to Kristen Stewart. I don't know what she had on. She looked a mess. She looked like it looked like she forgot that she was going to the Oscars. Like, let me say this. Let me say that. I get tired of the red carpet hold. They need us on the red carpet.
Straight up.
Because I'm like, people, oh my God, you look so fabulous. No, you don't.
Well, you can't say that on the red carpet.
All you have to do is be like, oh, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm wearing Chanel. Like, oh, okay, that's great. I'm not going to say you look good when you don't. Like, you don't look good. Like, you look a mess. I'm sorry. Like, you look a mess. Go ahead. What do you want to say, Simone?
No, come to the mic.
Come to the mic.
Okay, because people cannot hear you. Scoot on over.
Scooting over.
Are you getting on camera this time?
Sure.
Okay.
Can y'all see me?
No.
There we go.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
I'm just gonna say, I think the worst dress, besides Kristen Stewart, was Serena Williams.
I didn't see her outfit.
She looked a hot ass mess. It did not. She didn't look a hot ass mess, but for the first.
Let's not say that.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. For the first time in her life, Venus outgig her.
She did.
In that white dress?
Yeah,
She did. She looked
Venus,
good.
Venus looked amazing. But shout out to us Twilight girls, because Kristen Stewart, I'm very disappointed in her.
Are we always though? Like, when have we ever seen her look good? Let's be very honest here.
What you're not gonna do is talk about Bella.
Wait,
but anyway,
I mean, am I wrong? Name a Kristen Stewart.
Sherelle. What I'm saying is,
Name a moment where she looked. Name a moment.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I am listening. I hadn't watched the show. Come on, girl.
like I said, I am disappointed in her because, bitch, we're gonna throw it back to that her first look at her first movies, Catch That Kid, which is a hard blast movie. Oh my god.
Exactly.
But she was like 12.
So?
But so what? From you being Bella, and you've had some bomb ass looks as Bella. Sherelle.
It's a different
Anyway.
stylist.
Clearly.
I don't know, but bitch, you're nominated for an Oscar. You're nominated for an Oscar. You play fucking Princess Diana, and you show up looking like that with some shorts. That's all I had to say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Simone, for your input.
Shout out to Ariana DeBose, who won Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story. She is the first Afro-Latina and openly queer woman to win that award.
Was she the main? Was she played Maria in the movie?
I believe, yes. No, nope. Okay, nope.
Okay.
Well, she won Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story.
Good for her.
I thought her speech was really, really great. Shout out to her. I did not know that she was from like New Bern, North Carolina. Shout out to her. So yeah. What else happened?
Samuel L. Jackson finally got his first Oscar after being in 150 movies.
I mean, really.
That's wild.
Shout out to Denzel Washington for giving that to him, or and Denzel Washington. I mean, not Denzel. Yeah, Denzel Washington before he presented Samuel L. Jackson with the award. He did a long list of all the charities that Samuel and his wife have given to over the years. So it's like, listen, he does this. He should have had this. They also they paid homage to a lot of movies that hit a milestone this year. Like, it's been like 30 years since White Man Can't Jump. So Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson and Rosie Perez was there. Samuel Jackson and Uma Thurman and John Travolta for Pulp Fiction, which I've never seen.
I never seen it either.
They did 60 years of James Bond. Super cool. What else was it? It was something else. The Godfather. Okay.
Yeah.
On another movie I never seen.
And the show was directed by Will Packer.
The show was very black. Mm-hmm. It was very black. The ensemble had Robert Glasper, Adam Blackstone, Sheila E.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion was the first female rapper to perform. She did kind of a remix with Encanto, We Don't Talk About Bruno. Mm-hmm. It was amazing. It really was amazing. The whole show was amazing. Except for that one part.
Are we ready to talk about that one part? Mm-hmm. Well, the slap heard around the world.
Ciao.
Listen, I have been invested in every hot take I could come across. I love when there is pop culture commentary on these kinds of things. So many people had so many points.
Child.
I've listened to at least 10 hours of people talking about this stuff. No, when I tell you I'm into it, I really be into it.
It's because he's from West.
Philly.
We should have started the show with What We Do by Beanie Siegel.
We still hustle till the sun come
that's
up.
my jam. I'm not from Philly, but that is my jam.
Crack a 40 when the
Put
sun
that
go
song
down.
on, you gonna see a whole thug pop out of me. Put that song, you see a whole thug.
So I'm not gonna play the clip because we don't know if it's copyright. We don't want no trouble. Call me Jackie Chan. I don't want no trouble.
We don't want to get slapped.
We don't want to get slapped by a fine from the network. So I'm sure you all have seen the clip at this point, heard it, whatever. Everybody, Sherelle and Simone seen it live. I was in the bed, minding my business. My mom called me, girl, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock on TV. I said, what?
I had to text Sierra because I was like, Sierra not tweeting. I was like, please tell me you just saw what just happened on the Oscars.
Do we really need to recount it? I know y'all know what happened.
Will Smith slapped the entire. He slapped Chris Rock into next week, just like we saw in Everybody Hates Chris. Okay. Clearly everybody really does hate Chris. Like, this is. Okay.
Oh, man.
Just for those who may not have seen it, and I don't know, you're not even living under a rock. You're not born if you have not heard what was going on with Will Smith and Chris Rock. Chris Rock was presenting for Best Documentary and made some type of joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, about her rocking a G.I. Jane look because she is rocking a bald look, and kind of goes in with G.I. Jane, which Demi Moore played a long time ago. Didn't really fly too well with her, so it did not fly too well with Will. Jada really was just like, don't talk about me.
Right.
And next thing we know, Will Smith walked on stage. Remind you, he was in the front row, like not row, he was the first.
Front and center.
Front and center.
Yes.
Next thing you know, Will Smith started walking on the stage and literally slapped fire out of Chris Rock.
Yo.
That's
crazy. I'm going to ask you first.
Oh,
I know.
fine.
I want your initial reaction. And now that you sat on it, what do you think about it? So what was your initial reaction? And what do you think about all of that happened now that we've all kind of come down from it?
My initial reaction was, did that just happen? Like, honestly, it took me a minute. Like, it wasn't until like Monday afternoon where I was like, yo. Like, seriously? Like, that just really happened? Like, I remember I called Simone, like, was that real? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I rewinded. There were so many things. So I really was like in utter disbelief and shock that we literally witnessed that. We've seen some things happen on the Oscars, but this is by far the top most chaotic thing that has ever happened on the Oscars. So yeah, that was my initial reaction. How I feel about it. I'm with Will. I am with Will. You should not disrespect anyone else's loved ones. Do I think he did a little much? Absolutely. I'm not even talking about, the time and the place. We don't care about all that. I just think that he did a little much with that. Like a lot.
Yeah.
It's not even a little much. He did. If the absolute most had a picture, that was it. Because it's like, but when I say I'm with Will, is because for months now, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith have been the butt of the joke for months. So it's like, imagine how you would feel if you're the butt of the joke. You're seeing the disrespect on social media. Even last week, a couple weeks ago, they were at another award show and Laverne Cox even threw in the entanglement. And it's like, all right, you can't slap Laverne Cox. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, it was just unnecessary for you to even make that joke. On top of her having alopecia, it was just like, I really just feel like people have a cap, and that was Will's cap. Like, all right, I can't do this no more. You're not gonna, sit here and just disrespect my wife in front of me like this. This is just unnecessary. However, I will say this. Will Smith was laughing at the jokes.
He was.
30 seconds before he caught wind of Jada's non-entertained. You know what I mean?
Her discomfort.
Her discomfort. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was laughing, and all of a sudden he gets on stage and slaps the black off of him, literally.
Yo, son.
And so, honestly, before all that, I was really upset for Questlove. I hated that happened right before Questlove won the documentary because I felt like it completely took away his moment. No one was, let me not say no one. The ones that actually cared about Questlove winning the documentary, his loved ones, the team, absolutely. But everybody was over there like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So I really, really hated that happened before Questlove. I do. That was like, and your mom can like vouch for my tweet. That's what I tweet. I was like, I hate that happened before Questlove won. It just sucks. I hated that for him because that was his moment.
Yeah.
And then it was also Will Smith's moment, and it is completely overshadowed by this for the rest of his career. I don't care. It'll say Oscar-winning actor Will Smith, but when you see that line, it's gonna be like, yeah, that was what he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. So I just hate that it happened because it was just like, yo, what the yo.
It was crazy.
That was insane.
My initial reaction was the same as yours once I scrolled through Twitter and saw it, and then I went to scroll through Twitter to see the unedited version because it was bleeped. The cuss words and whatnot was bleeped
Shout
on
out
national.
to Japanese news network.
Shout out to Australia and Japan. I'm with Will, and I'm always on the bad side, but I do not feel bad for Chris Rock. I don't. I feel like how you said, I do think that Will snapped. That's what I think. I think Will was like snapped. And I think it has to do with more like, because if you've ever listened to like his audiobook.
Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Well, if you listen to his audiobook, he talks about a lot of moments about like him having to deal with his pride and his ego. And you think about how him and his wife have been ridiculed in the media for months now. And you guys have been emasculating him for a while now. And for the most part, Will, usually he's like this like nice guy.
Right.
Hey, how you doing? Kiss the baby and the wife and the kids, like very approachable. Very approachable. And even in the midst of people saying things, he's always been like, let me just stick my tail under and take this jab right on the chin.
Right.
And I really think Will had a moment. Like I really think he was like, what?
Yeah.
And I don't think he was actually thinking about like what he was doing in the moment. And even we can get into his speech. Like to me, I was talking to my mom afterwards. I was like, to me, it felt like when he was doing his speech, like you could see the regret and the disappointment that he had in himself for
absolutely
tarnishing such a big night for himself. And I don't think that the public should, and I mean, this is just me saying it, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But I don't think the public should like double down on like this and like, always make it a thing, because it's going to be a thing for him whether we say anything or not. Yeah. And I think in this moment in time, I think we really need to be just showing our love to him, because I really think my man had a mental snap. He snapped. Also, I want to say I really enjoyed seeing the slap on TV. I feel like there are more celebrities who should be slapped on national TV. I do. I don't know. I was thoroughly I was laughing all. Oh, listen, I put it on every social media platform because I could not stop laughing.
I was in
tears in my eyes.
The nigga was too stunned to speak.
Yo.
And that was me, because I was like.
And I also tweeted yesterday, or was it today, like, this isn't the first time we've seen Will slap somebody.
Right.
There's this video, you have to Google it. It was just like this dude from a prank channel. They were on the red carpet for like one of the Men in Black movies. I think it was like the last one. And the dude tried to kiss him, and Will pushed him off of him and slapped him.
Straight up.
We should not be surprised.
West Philadelphia, born and raised. There's a reason why he got sent out to Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil. Sorry.
And I feel like people be forgetting that he from Philadelphia. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but it's not like an easygoing city.
I will never forget when this was way before the Bill Cosby situation happened. But like Dave Chappelle was talking about Bill.
Yes.
Remember that stand up?
Yes.
And he was like, I think some people forget that Bill Cosby is a real nigga from Philly, and he might say some real shit from time to time. Like, you know what I mean?
Period.
And that's what just happened. I feel like I feel like, and I think I was telling Simone this. Child, we've been talking about this for days. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is going to be like, if it's not a battle of the generations, this is the conversation of the battle of generations. Because when I say I was talking to my grandmother, my mom, my dad, there's been several of the older generations was like, that was completely inappropriate. I can't believe he did that. He's supposed to know better. He's supposed to show a little bit more, rapport with it. And I'm like,
right.
He's been doing that his entire career. We've witnessed Will Smith in his late teens, early 20s, to seeing him as a 50-plus-year-old father and husband and accomplished actor. So sometimes, like, eventually everybody's going to have their moments. It was like, you know what? I can't take this shit no more.
He should have slapped the nigga sooner. He waited too late. He waited too late. That's why it happened.
If it didn't happen to Chris Rock, it was gonna happen to somebody. Like I said, if you watch the when Laverne Cox interviewed Jada and Will on the red carpet, you can kind of see both of them was looking like
all right,
girl,
shut up with
you know what I'm saying? Enough with the entanglement. However, I'm gonna be like, Sierra's the villain. I try to play the devil's advocate sometimes.
Villain gang.
Yeah, sometimes I'm on the same. I'm on the same level. But and there's been a conversation that has been had. It's like people like, well, they put their life out there like that. Just because you put your life out there like that does not give y'all the right to keep going and going and going and going. What?
Do you want to say something?
Go ahead.
Come on. Come to the mic. People can't hear you. You come to the mic. People can't hear you. Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Look, I'm on the mic.
Yes.
I just want to say that, like, I'm watching it in real time. Sherelle doesn't live with us anymore, so I was watching it with my mother, and like Sherelle said, my mother was like flabbergasted. She was like, oh my God, I'm done with him. But then I was like, but I said, see, my mom's not on Twitter, y'all.
Yeah.
So everybody was making jokes about, like, they're still making jokes about it because they're like, he slapped Chris Rock, but he didn't slap August Alsina.
You don't know who he slapped.
Y'all know that he didn't
that.
slap August Alsina? How do y'all know what happened?
Because we ain't seen August Alsina in a minute.
We haven't seen August Alsina in years because he has he has some health issues, and that's why he stopped singing. That's why he's being on the low. So, and first of all, Jada never said they slept together. She never said all that. She just said they were in an entanglement. I don't know what that means. But everyone kind of is like assuming that they slept together.
Yeah, of course.
But there have been rumors about the Smiths for years that they have an open marriage.
Right.
So how y'all know Will Smith?
Oh,
sorry.
Yes.
How y'all know Will Smith ain't sleep with somebody?
Well,
how do y'all know? Like, I'm not saying y'all. I'm saying like people in general. Everyone's been like, oh my God, he did this, he did that. This is why he did it, because y'all are still making jokes about it. Even after he slapped him, y'all are still making jokes about this man. And I think it's shout out to Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry,
Bradley Cooper,
and everybody who just pulled him to the side and was like, dude, it's okay. Like, I mean, now granted, I know Denzel Washington was probably looking at him like, nigga. All right. But as like what Sherelle said, it was like, y'all have been talking about him for months.
Yeah.
For almost a year now. Y'all been talking about them for mad long. And let's be honest, I'm glad they kids wasn't in the front row. Because Willow would have been with the shits. Like, Will would have been threw her shoe at him. Like, what'd you say? Like, I think I've never been like a super, super big fan of Chris Rock. Sherelle is.
I am. I'm a big Chris Rock fan.
Sherelle is a big fan of like
I am a huge Chris Rock fan.
Yeah. But she if y'all go back to when he hosted the Oscars in 2016, his whole open monologue, he
was
had
about Jada and
a
Will.
whole 5-minute, almost 10-minute segment about Will and Jada Smith. So maybe, because everyone was like, oh my God, like they two comedians. Just because they both comedians don't mean they friends.
This is true.
That doesn't mean they friends. Now, Chris Rock, yeah, he's up there, but is he on Will Smith status? No. No, he's not. Not. I say if like Will Smith is an A+, he like an A- or like a regular A. Like he's not. He hasn't been in half as many movies as Will Smith has been in.
No.
So it's like, okay, but you just, and of course, like on Twitter, they said the people in the control room, like their initial reaction was like, he was like, that G.I. Jane joke was not scripted. He said it was not scripted at all.
Yeah,
it wasn't scripted. He came out and just started making jokes, like, you know, like they had a script. Yeah. Of course, because like all the actors who came out and presented, they all make jokes. But Chris Rock, that was not scripted.
Right.
So
okay, So I was talking to my mom and my stepdad the other day, and like how y'all been saying, like every generation is handling, like thinks of it differently.
Yeah.
My stepdad, as a man, as a black man, was like, he was kind of disappointed. He said he was like disappointed in Will Smith.
My dad said the same thing.
Oh, okay, interesting. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Now I'm interested to know like how other generations are handling it, and it seems like the younger generations are like, hell yes,
Like on some Cat Williams, should have been talking shit.
And
I
I
mean,
want I think this could be a deep dive for something like much later in terms of like how black generations are handling certain situations, especially because
Amen.
Will's career spans what 4 decades at this point, right? So everybody has experienced him in some form of, whether it's from the new show Bel Air all the way from Fresh Prince to like, his, when he was in Philly rapping. It's like, so we all have experiences from him, and we all expect different things from him because of how we've experienced him before. And I think it does go to show that how like, older generations are like, he shouldn't have done that. And I mean, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have done that, but I'm also not faulting him for that. And I don't think this is the time to be like, I'm disappointed in Will. You don't think that, man? Actually, I got the apology. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. The thing is making a noise. Sorry, y'all. The thing. It's not me. It's the thing.
You want me to find it?
I got it.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. This is from his Instagram page.
Yeah.
Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed. About my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, and all the attendees and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will.
And you know what?
And then Jada put a post up that says, "This is a season for healing, and I'm here for it." What's this?
I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm still kind of shocked about the whole situation. When he's talking about, the Williams sister and my King Richard family, it's like, and maybe this is just me. None of this is going to tarnish, me wanting to see King Richard, because I still haven't seen it yet. Anything like that, because it's like, because if we're going to talk about, the Oscars and movies that have won Oscars over the years and the problematic behavior that either came before it or after it, y'all don't want to open that can of worms, okay?
Hattie McDaniel would like some words.
Okay, the Green Book would like some words.
Ooh,
there's several movies.
Malcolm X would like some words.
Okay. Yeah, Moonlight would like, okay, yeah, there's several. So let's not act like, first of all, this is not the first chaotic Oscars, and this won't be the last,
It
okay?
Sure won't. And let's move on to this fool who had a lot to say. It was given very much racist last night on the Twitter. Judd Apatow gave his opinion that no one asked for.
No one.
Not you in black people's business, Judd.
Like, no one was talking to you.
No one was talking.
You weren't even invited. You weren't even there.
Right. You was from your couch like the rest of us brokies.
Okay. He had a lot to say. And it's so funny. And somebody actually got, and they I literally retweeted. It was like, get him. So he said he could. This is what Judd Apatow said. And if you don't know who Judd Apatow is, he's
lucky you.
Oh, damn. He's 40-year-old version.
Mid.
Wait a minute.
I said it.
You said what?
I said it. I'm sorry. That movie was not that great.
Yo, get out of. Let's finish this and we'll do that later. We will do that later. Okay? He said he could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind. Then somebody retweeted him and said, that's why you swiftly dealt with James Franco after he grabbed Busy Phillips, screamed in her face, and threw her on the ground, knocking the wind out of her while shooting freaks and geeks, right?
And he had a whole lot to say. He had so much more. people, his tweets just kept coming up on my timeline.
I'm trying to find the original. Hold on, because I did like it for that reason. I want to find the original
unless he deleted
tweet.
it.
He probably did. Yeah, because actually Sis Step just dragged him.
Yeah.
I mean, and she dragged him 2 times. She said, because Judd deleted, I wanted to make sure y'all see it.
Exactly.
So shout outs to her. Yeah, just there's been a lot, and like shout outs to Philip Lewis. He's the front page editor of the Huffington Post. Like, if y'all don't follow him, you should.
You should.
Okay,
He's amazing.
He really should be like the black. Shout out to him. He used to be one of my editors at Travel Noir.
Oh, nice.
He was like, it's about to get real racist up in here because some of the stuff that, like, some of the tweets, you know, if only Will Smith got as upset when white men take away his right to vote. So tonight was a death knell for comedy, and this final blow didn't come from Trump and his cult, but from sanctimonious Will Smith. Smith is now to comedy what Putin is to peace. Both are important to civilization. Will Smith isn't any longer.
Child, descendants of people who colonized should not be saying anything about anybody being related to Putin. Like, I don't want to hear it. Okay.
I don't understand it. Like, shut up.
I don't want to hear it.
Well, as for us in this podcast, we stand with Will. We not going to, like, and they were talking about they might take his Oscar away. Oh, no.
I will riot.
You listen, you will take.
I will riot.
Harvey Weinstein has 82 Oscars. 82.
What's that other one who
That's almost the amount of women that he has sexually assaulted.
Woody Allen?
Right.
Woody Allen?
The Academy.
Pedo.
The Academy don't want to go down that road. They don't want to go down that road. That's why, like, nobody.
Lawyer up.
Okay.
Calling my lawyer.
They were even shocked. Oh my God, Chris Rock didn't press charges. That's his man's.
He sure. Yeah, I'm glad you said that he didn't.
He's like, I'm not pressing charges. Like, I'm all right. It's fine.
Chris knew he been deserved that slap.
And let's be very honest, this is going to work in Chris Rock's favor. I mean, they already talking about sales for his upcoming comedy tour is surging. He about to be, I guarantee you he'll be on the Red Table Talk next season.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the Red Table Talk.
I can't, it's almost, this is going to be a opportunity gold mine for Chris Rock. So he'll be fine.
He'll be just fine.
And that's exactly why he ain't pressing charges. Like, please.
Okay. I think we spent enough time on that. We're going to end the show on some absolute foolishness.
Disgusting.
Tyler Perry said he uses Madea voice, hello, doing Intercourse.
Ew.
I don't want it. I don't like it. But listen, we had to see it, so here you go.
Do you ever accidentally use Medea's voice in conversation?
Never. No. Sometimes. Once. On occasion. Okay, during sex. Like, hello. So, sorry.
Is that your hello face?
That was hello. That was hello face. That's right. Hello, it's me. Mm-hmm. I was wondering if after all the years you'd like to meet. Remix. Adele. Yep.
Do you think Madea would be honest taking a lie detector test?
No.
You see that lie detector was not moving. That lie detector was not moving. I don't know if any of you needed that image of your head of him using that during Intercourse, but you have it now.
And once again, I was giving him the benefit of the doubt because I saw it come across my timeline. Like, I was like, man, that ain't happened. Because y'all know this girl right here will always stand Tyler Perry. I love me some Tyler Perry, okay? Love Tyler Perry. He ain't did nothing to me but give black people opportunity. So I don't got no beef with him. And I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, nah, y'all always playing with my man in his face. Then I saw the video and I said, oh.
He played you for a fool with that video.
He really did.
Hello.
Can you imagine?
No, I don't want to. I don't want it. No, thank you. No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I wonder if Regina Hall saw this video before she called him up on stage at the Oscars. Like, because she called all the single men on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler, Bradley Cooper, Jake Gyllenhaal, when nobody's mad at her. And then my new boo, Timothy.
Yeah, time out.
Yeah, that's my new boo.
We have a viral video on TikTok talking about the top 25 white men.
Mm-hmm.
And Sis gonna hit me with the voice note talking about we might need to update our list because I seen Timothy Chalamet. And
That's how you say his name?
Yes, Chalamet. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm into it. No, thank you. I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, I'm into him.
No.
It was something, maybe it was his outfit, but like I've seen him in like certain other videos. I'm like, it's something about this young man. I'm like, okay, because it's like, oh, he's sexy. I was like, eh. Then I kept paying attention. I'm like, maybe they wanted something. But if Regina Hall sees it, like, and she was like, yeah, like I smashed. Like, I don't think it's something about him. He just looks like he undresses you with his eyes and like.
He looks like he's 12. No, thank you.
You don't think the 40-year-old version is funny?
It's not.
And you get on.
It's not.
Yeah, you like Tom Holland.
He's hot.
He wasn't there at the Oscars, but his girl was there.
Well, he's not nominated for an Oscar. Why would he be there?
Never will.
Well, don't say that. We don't know that.
Timothy Chalamet has been, his second nomination?
Did he win though? All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. Nobody sent us any. Nobody left a review. Nobody left a review, so you guys hate us, obviously.
Oh, damn.
I'm kidding. Am I? Yes, we are on a bunch of platforms. Remember, we are on
Twitter.
Thank you. We're on Twitter at HeadWrapPod. We're on Instagram at Headwraps and Lipsticks. Check out our Facebook page, Headwraps and Lipsticks, the podcast. Remember, go to our website, www.headwrapsandlipsticks.com. You can listen to all the websites. Not listen to all the websites. You can
I got what you meant.
You can listen to all the episodes there. You can buy T-shirts there. We still have a few vinyls left.
Yes, just a few. Yeah.
So send your orders in, slide it through that DM. Remember, you should Cash App us or send us some money.
Yeah.
It's in the link.
Just
$HeadWrapPod.
It's about to be tax season.
Yeah,
well, it is tax season,
it is
so y'all got y'all refunds.
We know you got money.
You got your refunds. So.
Yeah, and if you save, I understand because inflation is crazy. We are on. You can listen to us on all the things: Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Wherever you are, make sure you are subscribing, commenting, and sharing.
And reviewing.
Because how are people going to find us if you keeping us to yourself? And that's cute, but it's not. Share.
Shout out to the ones that came from TikTok. We do know that like some TikTokers have come and joined us. So welcome.
You the real MVP. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Right. That's a serious follow through.
Welcome.
God damn it, welcome.
Period.
All right, sis. What's your joke?
This is a funny one.
Is it?
It is. Why did the strawberry ask the blueberry for help?
Why?
Because he was in the jam. I thought that was funny. Thank you, Sean J, for sending this.
Oh, how many times I have to cancel him? Damn.
Listen, I think the more you gaslight him, the more jokes he's going to send. So
Sean J is done in these streets.
Child, Alana be sending me jokes too on TikTok.
She's done as well.
Like, okay. So he sent me another one too. I thought it was funny.
You don't have to say it.
I'm gonna do it like.
You don't have to do it.
Wait, where is it?
You don't have to. I don't think you should do it. I think that's enough.
What do you call a mouse that swears?
What?
A cursor.
You said that one already.
Oh.
You said it like 2 weeks ago. Oh, after I guessed your pork chop joke when you was mad about it. Womp womp. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. You're mean.